So if you want to just start by telling me sort of what year you were born in, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, yes, sure.
What year were you born?
W- Once again,
What year were you born?
what year? I was born in 1990.
Okay, cool. So you are 32.
Yes.
All right. Were you born in Taiwan
Uh,
or
is in the south part of the Taiwan, Tainan. Have you heard it before or?
no, I have not. If you want to just give me a little bit of description about where that is in terms of
Okay.
geography.
Okay. So Tainan is the oldest city in Taiwan. So it's like the ancient time that is the capital city in Taiwan during that time, because Taiwan is ruled by the Han Chinese, Spanish, Dutch, and the Japanese. So during that time, Tainan is the capital. And so you can see many ancient construction because we still keep the construction during that times. And I think the food is low price and very delicious. So it's not like the for now it's not unlike the capital city Taipei. Tainan is less organized, but it has the balance I think and also the beautiful combination between the ancient and modern.
Okay, when you say that it's beautiful, do you think more like natural beauty or
Yes, it has the natural beauty it has right now. So, and for I know that for now because some of the Hong Kong people they move to Taiwan right now. So
Mhm.
they also choose to live in Tainan City. So you can find very different, many different country, the food and the culture in Tainan right now.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Mhm.
Um, so so did you spend most of your childhood there?
Actually, not exactly because I also study in the kindergarten, elementary school, and maybe and in the but the high school I went to Kaohsiung, and for my university I went to Hualien, the different city. So usually I for the childhood maybe before 15 years old I stay in Tainan.
Okay. Okay. What's your earliest memory that you have of your childhood?
Least memory, including the baby time or just the childhood?
How about both?
Both. Okay. So the earliest memory that I remember is when I was baby, my parents they had a company that which sells the foreigner groceries. So during that time, that because they are too busy that they cannot take care me very well, so the lady staff they would take care of me.
Hmm.
They took care of me. So usually uh, I will be in the baby stroller and they will let me to stay in the office, and I will be crying, sleeping, eating in that office.
Okay.
Yes.
So were you mostly cared for by your parents or by these ladies?
Most of the time that during the office time the ladies will take care of me, but
Okay.
after that of course my parents.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, okay. What kind of neighborhood did you grow up in? Like, how do you describe it?
The neighborhood, I remember that the neighbor next to me that who sell the Michelin tires, and also we the other one the behind my, because my home and the company is in the same building.
Hmm. Oh,
Yes.
interesting. Okay.
So the home and the company, we would so after the office time, the parents and me will just get up to the stair. So the factory is behind me. It's also the other one neighbor.
Would you describe it as being like a neighborhood, like, or like would you describe it as like being more like an apartment building with like
Okay.
a business underneath it, or
The neighborhood, I think because I think that I was too young to maybe to have the communication with them. But when I remember that when I was just learning to ride a bike, I just riding in the neighborhood, the place that near our home. But all our neighbors would take care of me as well.
okay, so you
Yeah.
would describe it as being safe and peaceful?
Yes, that is true. So
Okay.
sometimes as the child that we will run and went to different places and maybe just without our parents' permission, just go out to play. But all our neighbors will just tell my parents where did we go, or where do we hiding, something like that.
Okay, so you would say you had a lot of freedom as a child.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, that's freedom. Yes.
okay, cool. Um, so you said your parents took care of you after work. What kind of values did your parents instill in you?
I remember that as I was a child, my parents didn't ask me to do very good and study very hard in school, but they only asked me to become very honest and polite.
Okay, so they've oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
So you'd say they'd focused more on you becoming a good person rather than doing well in school?
Yes,
Okay. All right, keep going. Sorry.
it's okay because I think because the Tainan is the south part of in Taiwan, so it's more traditional people in south part because so usually they would just they very, but I cannot say that in that way because I think most of the parents they will value that how to being a good person instead of starting hard in school. So because we are in a big family in Tainan, so when we treat the elders or maybe relatives, my parents asked me that I have to be applied.
Okay. You said you had a big family, right? So did you have a lot of siblings?
Yes, I do. I have I have one elder sister, Alice, who is 7 years older than me, and I have also two younger brother, Rox and Barry. And Rox is 2 years younger than me, and Barry is 6 years younger than me. And I say in the big family as also including, the every holiday or my parents will take us to go to the grandma's home, which is in Guanmiao, is also the south part of the Taiwan.
Okay.
And we have to meet all our relatives, the uncle, the auntie, anyone. And I think it is more than 20% in this family.
Wow. So out of all your siblings or all your siblings, do you think they played a big role in your life growing up? And like what kind of role do you think they did?
Okay. In my elder sister, Alice, because she's older than me, and because that during that time, my parents were very busy running out of the company. So she's kind of like my second mom. So usually she will take care of me. I remember that that's a joke. The one usually my big sister will take my younger brother, the Barry, go to maybe to buy some meal, something like that. And the other day, my mom take my younger brother Barry, went to that store. And because the Barry is very cute, so the staff remember the boy.
Uh,
So the staff just tell my brother say that, oh, that is so nice. For today is your grandma to take you here, and where's your mommy? Something like that. And my mom just went very angry, and she just went home and she said that she will never go to that store again. And as well, my elder sister also angry because she think that I'm still young. How can you say that I am her mommy? Something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, so she take care of Alice also always take care of me. So for now, we will support. I will support her to do anything, and she as well.
Wow.
So for my big brother, Rox, we only just 2 years difference. So we usually will grow up together. So sometimes we were just like the best friend. We will discuss everything, play together. But also sometimes we have the argument. In that time, we were just like the enemies.
I understand. I have the same thing with my brother. So yeah, enemies most of the time now.
It's okay. Some days you will love each other.
Yeah. So you said your parents, or was it your dad, was always busy or was really busy with work?
But yes, but compared to my mother, I think my dad is not that busy. My
Oh,
dad
okay.
more like friend of our to the child, because when we just when they pick when he picked us up at the school, usually he will take us to buy many delicious snack or something that unhealthy, and they would just he would take us to buy the drink or just go around, and then we will go home. So during that time, my mother have to take care of the company, everything. So in that time, when my mother know that we also got the unhealthy snack or something like that, he was kind of unhappy, I think, because she is the one that very hardworking but didn't get the snack.
I understand that. So what is it that your family's company, what does it do?
We will sell the foreign ingredient, kind of a lot of things
Oh,
like
that's right.
the Japanese cookies, or even for the chocolate from the M&M.
Oh, wow. It's really
So
interesting.
yes, but because I think in the 1990, during that time, Taiwanese that we cannot get these things very easily. So during that time, I think the company business is kind of okay. But for now, that everybody can get it from online or by themselves. So that is not so good right now.
Okay, I understand that. You spoke a little bit about your dad taking you to get some snacks. What would you say your favorite food was, and who prepared it for you usually?
Okay. For the favorite food, I think my favorite food is kind of funny. I love this roast sweet potato. And so for now, my dad still buy me a lot nowadays. So how to say that? Because when my dad was young, he's grown up in a farmer family. So during that time, the sweet potato is not so sweet. And that is the food that usually the farmer family will have, because they don't have the money. And the sweet potato is easy to grow up and easy to get it. So when every time that I say that I want to have the roast sweet potatoes, my dad said that is the poor people to eat. Why you love it so much?
Um,
But during that time, he will still buy me a lot.
yeah. Um, so you said your dad grew up on a farm.
Farmer,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, he grew up on a farm. Would you say a lot of people in Taiwan are family farmers?
yes.
Okay, cool. Um, what kind of you spoke a little bit about going to college and how your parents focused a lot on you being a good person rather than being um super focused on school.
Yes.
What kind of education did you get in Taiwan and where did you get it?
I get my education. I studied at the university in Hualien. Queen, name is Ji, and I study uh in the in English literature.
Was
Queen
that was
is major.
university, correct? That was university.
Yeah, that is university.
Okay. Uh, what was a normal day for you like at the age of 10 or 15?
No, 15. No more day. Usually I would just went to the school, and after that I would just went home directly. And during my summer vacation, or my mother will send me to a temple, Queen, because our belief is the Buddhism.
Okay.
So we will went to temple, and the temple is very famous in Taiwan. Its name is Fo Guangshan, and is also in the Kaohsiung. Is more southern part
Okay.
than Tainan, and we will went to there to be a volunteer to help me many things, or maybe when I get older that I can go to take care of the child to went to the program or something like that.
Okay. So for you, that was like here in America, like Christianity, we have like churches and stuff. Like we go every week. Did you go every week?
You go every week? You mean what place?
Yeah, was
Or,
that? Oh, it was every day.
or you mean go out with the family or
I meant to temple. Sorry.
the temple? Not every day, but I think is maybe at least is one time a month.
Okay.
Yes. And maybe the other time in the holiday we will went back to my grandmother's home with my family.
Okay. What were some of your places as a child?
The favorite places,
Yeah, like places to go, places to be.
I think there's no favorite places to me, but I do enjoy to go to the temple or also my grandma's family, because I enjoy everybody to hang out together and just talking about what happened to everyone recently. And in temple, I can help everyone. And because I was child, so everybody is very take care of me. So they would teach me things or just show me that everything that they have. I think I kind of enjoyed that.
Right. So, um, you said, oh, hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry.
It's okay.
So, would you ever go to temple about your friend or with your friends?
Yes, I do. And I have to say that if you have the chance to come to Taiwan, that you can go to you can visit there. Because when I was in high school, the temple, they host a program, and that is inviting uh, all the foreign university student in different country to come to Taiwan and just kind of like have a meditation
Okay.
in Taiwan. And just I think that how long it takes, I think it's maybe like a month at least. And they will some how to say that, some master they will come to you, and maybe they will discuss maybe what is the Buddhism is, and they will share maybe different concept, and they will just help you to do the meditation every time,
Okay.
and also can discuss. I think that is kind of cool. And after the program, many students, they will just visit different city in Taiwan and then go back to their country. And I was a volunteer in that for twice, I think.
Wow. Okay. How long did you do it both times?
I think it's at least 4 weeks, and because I have the summer vacation, so I just be a volunteer to that to help. But although I didn't do play a very big role inside, but I just having fun with different students from different country.
Yeah. And some of them were your friends?
Yes, some of them are my friends.
Okay. Um, so when you were a kid, like how did you play with your friends and how much time did you spend with them?
Uh, when I was kid, usually I didn't have many time to with my friend actually, because during that time, because my parents would be very busy at the company, so usually they would just pick me up immediately, and they would tell me that hurry up, we need to go home, and I have a lot of things to do. So sometimes I will help in our company instead of playing with my friends.
Right.
But so, but in high school, I do have some time too with my friend, because during that time, our company is not very busy then, and I do go out shopping with them, and they will invite me to go to the different city, or I will just join them.
Okay. Where would you guys go out in the city?
Uh, we went to Kaohsiung, and during that time, because Kaohsiung, the fun, how to say that? The Kaohsiung, we would just went to a very popular area then for shopping or just
Okay.
eating, having talk or something like that.
So sort of like a mall here.
Yes, it's kind of like that.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Do you still keep in touch with a friend or friends from your childhood in Taiwan?
Yes, I do. And we will have a little group talk, and we will just maybe sometime when anything happens, we will just ask everybody how it's going, and maybe we should. And you know that one of my friend is my high school teacher, and she has the same birthday, the date
Hmm.
is same with me.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes, I know. So usually we will just hang out together sometimes, and because recently she already had the two child, so she's kind of busy, but we will still find the time and to hang out together.
Okay. Um, so you said you're 32, right?
Yes.
Do you have children?
No, I don't have the children, and no, and I am not married yet.
Okay. Okay. Um, so what would you say is one of your favorite memories while growing up?
One of my favorite memories. Um, uh, for now, I cannot find one. Right.
When you think back, what were some of the things that made you happiest in Taiwan?
In Taiwan, I think that maybe it's in high school. I think because the friend and the high school teacher, I think they helped me a lot.
So you'd say probably some of your favorite memories were just spending time with them.
Yes, and during that time, because I study in Kaohsiung,
Uh,
so
right,
I cannot just go back home like go back to Thailand that every day. So I need to live in the dorm, right?
right, right.
So I just went home once a week. So during that time, and all our classmates did the same things. So
Okay.
after the school, we will still study together and live together. So I think that is very interesting for me. And for now, as when I think that time, I will still feel happy that I choose that school. So spending time with my friends.
Nice. Yeah. I think that's a very similar experience to what people have here in the United States.
Yes.
Um, so so we've talked about happy stuff so far, and
Yeah.
can you describe a particularly worrisome or challenging experience from your childhood?
Child. Okay. Um. I think that challenge. Yes, I think there's still one thing that I think because when my parents they are running the companies and actually they had a lot of argument during that time. So in the end they just decide to close the company because I
Oh,
think
wow.
yes, because during that time I think they didn't get well to each other. So during that time, when I was a child, I have no idea that what can I do to help my parents to, just go back, just like the old times. And during that time, I think that is a challenge for me. But for now, that I think I kind of just get it because
Yeah.
yes, you cannot even with your brothers or parents, you will still have even the one that you are very close. Sometimes you will still have the argument with each other.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yes.
Um, yeah. So, when you grew up, what kind of life and profession did you imagine having as a grown up? Like, what was your dream job, or like your ideal of family, or like where you wanted to live, what kind of house?
I think for the dream job, I think this everyone will dream that to make a lot of money. They were living in a fancy house or drive the fancy car, something
Yeah,
like. I think that is everybody's dream. But for now, I kind of like I don't dream the very luxury house or something like that. I just want to have a quite nice, cozy home that I would I can finish my job, and when I went home, I can feel very relaxed, something like that.
yeah, something not
And
not super stressful.
yes, and just having a good time with my family, something like that. I think that is my dream.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a really good dream to have. Um, so you spoke about like how you wanted to when you were a kid, you wanted a job that made a lot of money. Were there like
Yeah.
certain jobs that like uh you wanted in specific?
Um. Actually, when I was child, my dream job is to being a teacher because I think that because when I was studying in the kindergarten, I my parents sent me to a bilingual school.
Right.
So during that time, I think the bilingual school is kind of rare in that time.
Yeah.
And every time that I would just went to school and playing with my classmates and playing with my teachers, I think that make me feel that learning is funny. Although I cannot remember anything that I learned. I just remember that I having a lot of fun with my teachers. So I think that is why the reason that when I was a child that I want to become the same kind of teacher to give the children the fun to learning, or just will not just feel pressured or for the study or something like that. But when I grow older, that I think making a lot of money, that maybe become a businessman or something like that, that just maybe will help me to get my life more comfortable, something like that.
Yeah, I understand that. So you said you went to a bilingual school.
Yes,
Um, what kind of uh hold on, give me 1 second, sorry.
it's okay.
What languages or what language did you speak at home?
In home, usually we would just speak the Mandarin and the Taiwanese.
Okay.
Yes.
Did anyone else in your family, I remember you said your family was large. Did anyone else in your family speak any other languages?
And no.
Okay.
But I think that because how to say that? Some of my cousins that they went to American for study, so sometimes for now, but not for now. Sometimes that we can speak English, sometimes, but not very often. But when I was a child, that we just speak the Mandarin and the Taiwanese.
Okay. Um, would you say that you use Mandarin often in your day-to-day life?
Yes, Mandarin often.
Okay. Um, so when you would be at home with your family and you'd have dinner, what kind of conversations did you have around the dinner table?
Dinner table. For the dinner table, usually, I know that for the American, you usually will share with what happened in the school, right? The
Right.
people listening to you, then what kind of friend that you met today. But in my family, once again, that they are running out of the company. So usually that is not the time that I share my school life or my friends, something like that. That is the time that my parents, they will discuss what happened today and what should notice for tomorrow or something like that. Usually they will just know that you're doing good because teacher didn't make a phone call to them or didn't
Right.
write a notice to them. So except that maybe I make the mistake in school, so the subject will be changed. But usually they will just discuss the things that in company.
Right. So you said since your family is so focused on the company and the stress that came with that, when would you say
Mhm.
that you were able to talk about your life, if you were?
You mean I'm worried or?
I mean, like when could you talk about, or who did you talk with about like your friends at school and like what happened at school that day?
Usually just be my elder sister or maybe the younger brother. And for now, because during that time, because my parent is very focused on having a good career or something like that. But for now, they don't. Actually, they live apart. So for now, we can just discuss the old times with them, and they will just realize that how come you didn't tell me that in that time or something like that, and I will just tell that because you are busy, that you
Uh,
are too
okay.
busy too. Yes. So for
Yeah.
now that we can discuss or share anything that for now. But when I was a child, that I will share with my elder sister and the younger brother.
Your parents were really preoccupied.
What is the preoccupied means?
Busy, busy with other things.
Yes, I think they are trying to give us the good life. They are trying their best. So sometimes they will forget that to maybe focus on the children's school life or something like that. So I think yes, something like that.
Okay. So when you think of your childhood in Taiwan, what kinds of feelings and words come to mind?
I will say warm and happiness because I know that although I know that my parents are very busy but my auntie or the other members in my big family, they still cares about me or maybe will even for the neighborhood, something like that. I think it's still warm and happiness.
Okay, I like that. Um, if you could tell yourself, or if you could tell your 10-year-old self one thing, what would it be?
10 years, I would tell myself that don't feel bad about what happened to your parents, or I know that there's nothing that you can do because that is not your problem, but you just take care of yourself, because during that time that I still have the bad days and I have no idea that what I can do. So I think that I will tell myself that just focus maybe on your school work or something like that. You don't have to worry other things because I think everything will getting better in the future or something like that.
Awesome. That's the end of the interview. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you
you're
so much for
welcome.
participating. It's going to be a huge
Yeah.
help for me.
So
Uh,
is that long enough for your interview?
yeah, it's fine.
Okay, thank you, thank you. It's
Uh,
very glad to help you.
yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure meeting you. Um,